What's up, guys? I just wanted to do a quick video here on how to properly structure a cutting diet for bodybuilding. So right now I'm just beginning to start cutting for my March show in 2021 in Vancouver. I'm 245 right now, fresh off my bulk. And I gotta get down to a 205 weight class. So I wanna make sure I give myself lots of time to really come in extra prepared for the show. I want to come prepared early and then feed into the show. But this specific video is just gonna focus on from the point I'm at right now until about 10, maybe 8% max body fat, and then I'm gonna have to readjust from there. So the very first thing you want to do in structuring any cutting diet, doesn't really matter if you're just doing it to look good or if you're doing it for a bodybuilding competition, you need adequate protein. So that's 1.1 to 1.2 grams per pound of body weight. So for me at 245, I'm running between 275 and 280 grams per day of protein. Now I source that primarily from chicken. I have 5 ounces of chicken in each prep 4 times a day. And that's gonna help me maintain as much muscle mass as possible during the cut. So the next thing, and I think it's super overlooked, is the amount of carbohydrates you have to take in on a cutting diet. Right now, I'm running 200 grams of carbs a day, and that's sourced primarily from brown rice. I prefer brown rice when cutting because it keeps you fuller, it's got a good amount of fiber in it, and slightly less calories than a white rice. White rice, I find you eat it, and then an hour or two later, you're starving again, ready for more. So I prefer white rice for bulking, brown rice for cutting. And the reason for a high-ish amount of carbohydrates is because you got to keep your glycogen stores full, especially in the earlier stages of cutting, because you'll bleed your muscle away if you deplete your glycogen too early in the prep. So like you say, 200 grams of protein a day roughly, and I'm going to decrease that gradually as I start to plateau in this prep. But right now, like you say, 7.5 ounces times 4 preps a day, and then maybe 2 weeks from now I'll go to 6.5, and then 5.5, and then 4.5, and then around there I'm probably going to either start carb cycling or keto. I'm going to see how I look by then. So the last thing you want to take a look at when structuring your diet is obviously your amount of fats. Now, I want to keep the fats as low as possible because obviously there's more calories in fat than there is in protein and carbs. But at the same time, it's important to make sure you have enough essential fats in your diet. So throughout the whole diet, I supplement essential fats through fish oil. But I also like to add a little macadamia nut oil or grapeseed oil to all of my rice in the preps. And this good fat's going to help you actually speed up the fat burning process. It's going to keep your cholesterol lower. There's endless health benefits to it, so I would say, don't completely cut your fat out, but just try and make sure you're getting the good fats when you can. So with the macros figured out, now we got to figure out the calorie deficit. So for me, I track all the calories burned throughout the day using a Fitbit. I think it's the most accurate way because I work a pretty active job. I'm always, walking the dogs and things like that when I'm not at work, plus the gym. So to maintain a fairly accurate count of my overall calories burned, I use a Fitbit to track that, and then MyFitnessPal to track my calories. I add all my food together, and I have to sit in a 1,000 to 1,100 calorie deficit per day. So that means basic, or how much calories I'm burning, subtract 1,000 or 1,100 from that. And throughout the week, that should equate to a 2% loss per body weight per week, which is for me 2 to 2.5 pounds per week, which should put me right in line to make my weight class for the show. Now, I hope this is helpful. This diet's going to be good for anybody who's going to the gym and not necessarily looking to do a show too. It's just to lose fat and maintain or build as much muscle mass as possible. But like you say, you're gonna have to play with it, figure out your own calorie needs, figure out how much you're losing per week, and adjust from there. Some people might have to be in a 2,000 calorie deficit to lose 1%. Some people might have to be in a 500 calorie deficit. It's all really person dependent. So I hope this helps. As always, like and subscribe below, and thanks for watching.